going on, good people? You already know who it is. It's your boy Hill, and Hill gonna hear regardless, baby. Yes, I am one half of the Dallas duo. My guy D White, he's still doing his thing right now. So I just had to get my thoughts off, immediately. I just you couldn't let this just sit for so long. Finally, the mainstream media has finally caught up to things that Dallas Cowboys fans that already knew. The inevitable was happening. And likely, Amari Cooper will likely be released. Uh, you can tell by my demeanor, I'm definitely not in agreement of this move. This move is definitely idiotic. It definitely makes absolutely no sense. It doesn't make your team better. You don't try to. You cannot say, let's get rid of your number one wide receiver and let's go out there and win the championship. Nothing about that makes absolutely any sense. But we're gonna go in there, just go with the details. Furthermore, if uh you sitting here, you thinking that Mario was never that good. He's not, he's a bum and all that. You might well just go ahead and just get out of this video. I'm not about to sit here and defend his play, not about to defend his stats, not about to do none of that. Because I'm not going to convince you of who he is. You already got convinced in your mind that Amari is not that good. He's a bum. He's not reliable. He's overrated. Whatever words that you want to use, you know, you're going to use it. I'm not about to sit here and go. Like I said, I just can't change your mind. So it is what it is. Financially, it doesn't make any sense. The same money that you're going to save, which is going to be 16 million upon the release, is the same money that you can save if you restructure his contract. So, like you said, these are the Cowboys, primarily Stephen Jones, wants to make this decision. This isn't going to make it any better of like it's making the team better. Like you said, this is a want to situation. Like you said, you're not saving anything. The same money, I reiterate, the same money that you're going to save from a release is the same exact money that you would save in the restructure. So like I said, it goes from there. But we've been waiting on this for the longest time. The moment that we got Amari, you know, so people was waiting for his, praying for his demise. Oh, it really wasn't that good in Oakland, and yada yada yada, and yada yada yada. The moment that we went to his contract, we signed a 2 year deal. That's the moment that typical Cowboy fans, they tend to turn on you. The moment that you get paid is the moment that they turn on you. So it's all this is always something that was being foreseen, and the fact that we lost, repeat it once again, the fact that we lost in the first round again, this is probably the biggest loss that we've had throughout the years because it's monumental. Uh, they have no reason to, let's say, run it back because, like I said, we gave you everything. Like you said, number one receiver, number one, got a good roster. Why run it back? Because you couldn't win. You couldn't get out the first round. So in their mind, Stephen Jones' mind, more examples, like more importantly, why pay you? If we're gonna lose anyway, why pay you? Makes absolutely no sense because the NFC is wide open. You can actually, make a few changes here and there. Maybe you could go for a run, but telling the fan base that getting rid of your number one wide receiver is going to be better for the team and we're going to actually go for it. Nah, we're not going for that. Things can happen. Things can, it's only the offseason really hasn't started yet. We're still at the combine. Things could happen. Things could change, but we'll see. Let's get more importantly onto the contract. Once we traded the first round draft pick, now mind you, that year we had some of the worst wide receiver group in the league. Terrence Williams, who's still not in the league. Allen Hurns, who's probably about to be out of the league. He wasn't good. Cole Beasley was getting double teamed because he was the focal point of the wide receiver. Deontay Thompson, you probably don't even know who that is. We had a rookie, Michael Gallup, that barely saw the field. So started to see the field towards the end of that season, his rookie year. So you had to go get a Amari Cooper, which changed everything drastically for your team that season. We went from 3-5 from making the trade for going to the playoffs and actually winning the playoff game, losing in the second round. You know, mo- Primarily most of the time in years past when you trade a first round draft pick, you normally have a contract attached with that, a contract extension. You don't normally just trade the first round pick. That's not a rental. That's more an investment. So normally, when you trade the first round draft pick, you have a contract extension attached right to it. We didn't do that. We let him play his 5th-year option out. Let him play out. We actually let him hit free agency, which was stupid on our part. If they were proactive with getting the deal done, we could have got Amari for 17, $18 million max deal. Instead, you let him hit free agency. You let the Washington team boost up his value to try to offer him a $21 million deal. He actually takes a lesser deal with Dallas, $20 million. Do not blame Amari for this deal. Blame the Cowboys, primarily Stephen Jones. You're sitting on your hands, thinking that the market doesn't apply to you, thinking that teams just ready, just lined up to play for Dallas, thinking that Dallas is, you know, it's something that's so it's like a privilege to play there. No, it's not. Like I said, don't blame anybody for this kind of, if you're going to blame anybody for the contract, you blame Stephen Jones for sitting on his hands, moving like a turtle, boosting up the value. The way the contract was structured, we knew this time was coming. 4-year deal with an out after 2. The 2 is now. It was already projected. Oh, after his 2 years up, we can just pay Michael Gallup, yada yada yada. Sounds all good in there. Like I said, the moment that he signed this contract, we was waiting for this date. The fact that what made it worse was the fact that his vaccination status was a bullet topic. You're dealing with that. Everybody want to blame him for not being vaccinated. Oh, you missed a game. You caught COVID. You missed 2 games because you wasn't vaccinated, which wasn't the case. I mean, vaccinated players was catching COVID as well, missing a full week. Everybody that caught COVID for Dallas, vaccinated or not, missed a week. The fact that he caught COVID on a Friday and we had to turn around to play a game on a Thursday, the timetable just didn't match. That's why he missed 2 games. But they tried to paint it the fact that he wasn't vaccinated. They tried to make him like a villain. The moment that happened, I knew his time was up. So, also, some other Cowboy fans knew it was up. What does that mean going forward, though? The wide receivers that we have under contract right now: CeeDee Lamb, Simi Fehoko. That's it. Simi Fehoko was a draft pick last year, 5th round draft pick. Didn't see the field. Didn't see nothing. It's been talks on the offseason that he's supposed to be moving to a hybrid tight end role. So that means we have CeeDee Lamb as a wide receiver. Makes no sense. Cedric Wilson came on strong, drafted the same year as Michael Gallup. Could go see some money from some teams elsewhere. Do they prioritize him, bringing him back? He should be cheap. Really shouldn't be that expensive. You can bring him back. Could have brought him back anyway if you kept Amari. Don't make it seem like you had to just release Amari to free up some money to bring back Cedric Wilson. We're still talking about Cedric Wilson here. I like him as a player, but he's not that expensive. Now you talk about Michael Gallup, somebody that only had 1,000-yard receiving year. Hyping him up. Michael Gallup's this, Michael Gallup's that. He's ready to take over. The moment that CeeDee Lamb got here, he moved to wide receiver 3. You can replace the wide receiver 3. We're not about to sit here and act like we cannot. He's the wide receiver 3. It's going to be hyped up now. It's going to be wide receiver 2. And he's coming off a late ACL injury. Modern medicine is definitely advanced throughout the years, but please explain to me that somebody that caught an ACL injury in January, all of a sudden, in August, he's going to be full go. I'll believe it when I see it. Not about to get my hopes up that Michael Gallup is going to definitely be 100% ready to go in August. That's not winning football to me. You got to show me better than you can tell me. And on top of that, he has an injury history. His 2nd year in the league, boom, he missed a game with a knee injury. This past year, he had 2 injuries this year. So let's weigh our options here. Let's not make it seem like he's the most durable wide receiver in here, since you want to be mad at, Amari Cooper for his ticky-tack injury, that somebody that doesn't miss games. He only missed 2 games this year because of COVID. Past years, he hasn't missed a game since. So just make it make sense. Going forward, like you said, I don't see us bringing any free agent, big name wide receiver. If that's the case, if you were going to pay them, you would just pay Amari. So, like I said, you can get your hopes up from any of these wide receivers that's a free agent. It's really not going to be. It's going to be more of the same. Some bum that you're going to, tell yourself something different. Something different. Like, oh yeah, maybe good in Dallas. Yeah, not trying to hear it. Just get prepared for the draft. And I told my boy D White, my co-host on this show, Dallas Duo, that the only receiver that I want to replace Amari for is Chris Olave. Do I want to spend a first round draft pick on a receiver? I wouldn't want to. We have way too many other needs. But now the fact that we just got rid of our wide receiver one, wide receiver just crept up to the board in our ranking of positional need that high. So would I spend a first round draft pick on a wide receiver? Hell yeah. But we have offensive line issues that we need to fix. We have defensive issues that we need to fix. Like, we have way too many issues that we need to fix that I know that we're not going to really address in free agency. But the only hope that I had that still maybe we can facilitate a trade. Maybe Satine could just take on Amari's contract and restructure, because it's a simple restructure. It's a 2-year deal left. You can break that money down. Easy, simple restructure. You get them for the low at that point. But who knows what we do? I mean, we just ruined his trade value by not even attempting. We've been talking about, Cowboy media has been talking about getting rid of Amari since we lost in the playoff game. So his value around the league probably isn't high trade value wise. I'm pretty sure once he becomes a free agent, after we release him, he'll get picked up quite quickly. His market would definitely pick up, and that's to let you know how good he is. But hey, that's neither here nor there. We had some Blake Jarwin news, or a tight end that y'all probably don't even care about. The tight end number 2. He's been hurt ever since we paid him. Another mistake by Stephen Jones, but he doesn't want to take accountability, and that's really the main problem here. Stephen Jones, with the way he deals with contract, the way they handle business in the front office, is trash. But he, instead of taking accountability of his mistakes, he wanted to use the media, use the fan base to turn against you and makes it seem like the player is the issue. Like I said, Amari knew he wasn't getting the targets that he should have. He knew the offense wasn't clicking like he should have, and he spoke out about it. Of course, he didn't speak out of like most other diva wide receivers. He kept it cool, kept it calm. He was like, listen, this offense not clicking. I need to be more involved. What you want to do. Of course, the front office doesn't like that. They don't like to be called out. They don't like to nobody likes to be told about themselves. But it's the truth. Just offense wasn't clicking on the latter part of the years. You can blame whoever you want to blame, but the scapegoat, of course, is the big money guy. So they're gonna use that. Like I said, accountability, we don't really have that in Dallas. But like I said, back to Blake Jarwin. Got a career-threatening injury with his hip. Who knows how that's going to go? But once again, he's been injured the moment that we've paid him for the past 2 years. Anyway, he's not reliable. Dalton Schultz probably going to let him walk. So you mean to tell me you're going to let Dalton Schultz walk, your number 2 tight end walk? You got Michael Gallup coming off an ACL injury. He's a free agent. You got Cedric Wilson. He's a free agent. Let's cut Amari. That makes all the sense in the world, right? Come on now. Like, it's just the stuff not adding up. The math is not mathing. Like, it's just that simple. I'm not understanding it, but I got to do more research of the tight ends in the draft. Still early in my scouting phase, but I got to do more. So we'll, I have D White on. We'll break it down, see who we really actually want, we can discuss. But free agent wise, it's definitely 3 names that I'm intrigued by. Tight end wise, OJ Howard definitely hasn't panned out in Tampa Bay. It really shouldn't cost that much. You haven't really done anything. David Njoku, another thing in Cleveland, another first round bust. Not necessarily a bust, but haven't really worked out in Cleveland. Not really shouldn't really cost much. And Hayden Hurst, a free agent, has a connection with Dak. I would definitely go after him first. I would go after him first. He should be the cheapest out of all the ones I named. Reliable, safe, security blanket. To get that, then you add with the tight end from the draft. We should be able to fix the tight end room. Don't ask me what we about to do with the free agent, with the wide receiver room, because I'm not hyped about bringing back a hobbled Michael Gallup. I will be excited about bringing Cedric Wilson back, but like I said, I'm at a loss for words. I'm really not understanding how this release financially makes your team better. I just don't understand it. Maybe y'all can explain it, but we'll see. Details are soon to uncover. We'll see what's going on. We'll see later on what moves that they make. But I had absolutely no faith in Stephen Jones to do anything positive. Yes, they have built a good roster. A good roster. Of course, we thought the roster last year was a good roster. They've built some good rosters throughout the years. Not saying that they can't go out there, but I just don't have the faith in Stephen Jones to do so. He's cheap. He doesn't really look for the future. He doesn't really try to win. Winning is really not a priority for him. And how can you sell the fan base that Super Bowl is in the near future when you make moves like this? I just don't understand it. But we'll see. We'll be back. Hopefully, I have my guy D White with me. Like I said, I'm here, one half of the Dallas duo. You can check us out on 3 Man Weave YouTube page. Like, share, subscribe. Just let us know how you feel. And I'm out.